Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
The following podcast is scheduled for one fall. And remember, don't run from it. Run through it.
Welcome to the grind. It's a battle royale. It's a ringside broadcast from the underground. On the beat, Kurt Angle with the takedown. Swan Tom bomb off the ropes, bring the place down. Okay, the number one pod with the attitude. Cutting straight promos on the avenue. All you wanna read bookers, yo, we laugh at you. Only talking facts and the truth when we passing through. When you step into the ring, bring your A game. Cause there's levels to this shit, better maintain. All these marks can't understand how to play the game. All my day ones, put your finger up, acknowledge Roman Reigns. The grind.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Grind. I am your host, Korrey, and we're here to talk about all things WWE. You can catch The Grind on many different social media platforms, but if you want to see full episodes of The Grind, you can only catch it right here on Sertoba Media, SIRTOBA, where the struggle is real to be awesome each and every single day. Full episodes of The Grind every single Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, you can catch The Grind on other social media platforms. Those platforms are being revamped, but there are some still for you to see, and you'll see those at the end of today's episode. Now, let's get into what we got for So, today's episode, as promised from last week's episode, we're going to be talking about Wrestlepalooza. But if you notice something, I said we. So again, it's not just me. So let me go ahead and introduce you all to the guest I have for today's episode of The Grind. So as promised, it's not just me here today. It's not just me. I got my family here with me, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves to you all out there in Sertoba Media land. So whoever wants to go first, let them know who you are.
Oh, my name is Thaddeus. You know, y'all gonna follow me at TK Ceru. So that's CKCERU.
All right.
All
Hello,
right,
guys. I've been on before. My name is Joshua. Nice to meet you guys.
Yo, it's your boy Jason. It's my first time being on here. First time ever. Appreciate you so much for having me, Korrey. Big brother. It's a pleasure, it's an honor. I'm so happy and proud of all the things you're doing with The Grind, and I'm appreciated to add into the mix. My name's Jason. I do a lot of different things. I wear many hats. But if you know KSI, then you know what it is.
Hey man, so y'all know what time it is. We told you before that this is the bloodline.
Acknowledge me.
And this, crazy enough, it's not the only aspects of the bloodline. We still missing some pieces to this bloodline. All right. But as you all can see, my brothers are here with me, and we are going to talk about Wrestlepalooza. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into what we got with our first match. First match being on the card, being the returning Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, who are having some issues, going against the Brawnies, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed of the Vision. So let's start with our new person, Jason. What are your thoughts on this match?
Man, once to the sky all the way. I'm just day one-ish all day, twin myself. I gotta rock with my boys. I gotta rock with the boys that's been in the company for 20 plus years and show the newbies how it's gonna go. Like, I get the Brawnies got a little more pedigree right now, a little more ammunition right now. But at the end of the day, I see what Jay's trying to do. He's trying to take the family to the promised land. And Jimmy, he need to get with the program. Forget LA Knight Yeah, forget all of that. We were only worried about day one and family at this point. That's what's gonna get us to the promised land. So hopefully my boys hit the one and done and be over with the match. Cause they tripping. They doing it too much. So that's my pick for that match.
All right, all right. Well, let's hear from Jo. Jo, what you got?
I got the Brownies winning this match. I think Jimmy's gonna turn on Jay. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think. I think this is Jimmy time to shine. Jay had his moment. I think Jimmy. Y'all saw the other day when he was. You know what I'm saying? You don't got you ain't wearing the necklace. You don't like what he's talking about. So I think this is the episode when this is the time when the flip was gonna happen. On some Matt and Jeff beef time now. They fought already at WrestleMania, but they really finna get into it now. I believe.
Ceru, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts?
I think, to be honest, bro, I think it's going to be the Brownies, bro. I think it's going to be Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, because I think from a story perspective, it just makes a lot more sense for them to win. And if the Usos do win, it might happen in a very awkward fashion. Like, I can see it happening in a very awkward fashion, and there's still some type of tension, even though they got the W. Okay, also, Jay could feel like he don't need Jimmy for the situation, and he might, I don't know, it might be some type of where he like, I don't trust you type of deal, and I'm on my own type of deal, because you're not on the type of timing that when you used to be on. When Jay and Jimmy on the same page, bro, no one in the locker room touched them. They not on the same page right now, so. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. When I think about it as well,
If the Twins win, I'll be happy. If the Twins win, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like Jason in here. You know, I gotta go with my one, but at the same time, I gotta be real. Trouble in paradise right now.
for sure, no Kofi Kingston. But I'm with. I'm unfortunately I am with Ceru and Jo on this one. I think the Brownies are going to take the win. Number one, it was just SummerSlam where Roman and Jay beat them in a tag team match, so they got to get their lick back one way or another. And how do you more establish their roles in the vision, them being the future, right? Is to get them a win against one of, if not the greatest tag team of all time. That's something that can be tagged onto their utility belt at that point. Jimmy and Jay clearly have some issues, and I'm kind of leaning towards somebody turning or some miscommunication. I definitely feel the Matt and Jeff Hardy vibes, and I kind of feel like they're trying to circle back to fix what trash we got at WrestleMania 40 between them two in a match. So as much as I hate to say it,
they gotta fix that, bro. Because they did them a disservice, man. They gotta fix that. That's what they're trying to do. It's cleanup time. They gotta fix that, because that was, I don't know what that was. They way better than fighters. They can wrestle for real. So I don't know what type. I don't know what they was doing. I don't know, man. I don't know what that was.
I mean, I respect it. The point of views you guys have. I just wishful thinking. Hopefully thinking like, don't do this to me. Like, don't do this. You saw when they got back on the mic, touching them on the mic. Brownies couldn't handle the mic. You know what I'm saying? I just think that you guys had valid points. You know what I'm saying? I do think LA Knight is gonna come into play with it too. LA Knight ain't got a match. All the last 2-3 weeks, he's been saying, I don't care about y'all matches with the Brownies. I want a piece of them. So it might end up in a disqualification.
So do we see either it can go two ways? I'm saying if LA Knight joins the situation, can LA Knight become a Oos? Or can LA Knight become a Brownie? Join them become a Brownie?
LA Knight's not Oozy enough.
He ain't Brownie enough either, bro. I think he gonna stay neutral. I think LA Knight one of them type of niggas who just come. He one of them type of individuals that go and just handle their business and come back and do whatever. Like, I don't think LA Knight has any allegiance to anybody. He's too much of a free thinker for him. Right? once it stops aligning what he needs to do, bro, we see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's just going, BFT, be out.
I mean, I'm with y'all. He's too much of a loner. He don't need nobody. Right. When he say he don't need nobody, he mean it, right? He has people he respect, but I'm gonna still BFT you if you get in my way. Very, very Stone Cold-esque, right?
Yes.
Stone Cold. No, I ain't got no friends. I'll stun you tomorrow, and we could be cool in 2 hours, that type situation. But when it comes to Jimmy and Jay, it really feels like they're starting to run it back with them again. Them in the feud, but opposite this time, with Jay being so obsessed with being world heavyweight champion, they could utilize that to elevate Jimmy. Even though I feel like Jimmy is the better talker, which is really, crazy. And that's what Jay struggled with and why they ended up taking the world heavyweight championship off of Jay, because his promos was, for lack of a better term. So, I could see this elevating Jimmy a little bit more. I don't know if they want to do that because Naomi get ready to have that baby, next year, and
he gonna take off. Like, that would be smart, honestly, because we haven't seen Jimmy get that rightful push. You know what I'm saying? He was left alone on SmackDown, and bro, twin cousin, they on the other shows. You know what I'm saying? Even Solo doing his thing still. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of just left him out of the dust. Out to dry with the success everybody else is having. That's a good point, though. How far are they going to push him, elevating him up when he's going to have to leave for about a month or two to help Naomi with the baby?
For sure. So we got, let's see, 3 for the Brownies and 1 for the Usos off of wishful thinking. I'm telling you now, somebody's getting murdered by a Braun Breaker spear. You can just go ahead and chalk it up. Go ahead, get the chalk and get their body traced out right now.
Those spears are illegal. They're not safe. It's no possible
he's too
way.
big to be moving like that, bro.
All right, so that's it for this first round. Tell us who you think is going to win this tag team match between the Usos and the Brownies. Drop it down in the comment section down below, and let's get on to the next one. All right, so next match we have on the card is the finally vacant Women's World Championship will be decided between somebody on this panel's favorite wrestler, Io Sky, versus Oh, baby. Stephanie Vaquer. So I'm actually gonna start with you, Ceru. I want to hear what you got to say on this. Ceru, what you got?
Let's go ahead and get me out the way. Everybody knows I'm a big Io Sky fan. My favorite female wrestler, old timer, bro. I put it on my chest, I wear it on my sleeve, and I wear it on my heart, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with my bias and go ahead and say Io gonna win. I don't care what makes sense. I don't care what the story got going on. There's always a way and a reason for Io to win. If Io Hogan, I don't care. I'm still rooting for it. Io all day for me. All day for me. Io being around just means it's only a matter of time. And the championship will come back to her. That's all it means. Everybody else is transitional.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Some way or
another, she gonna always come back up in the world title picture, no matter what.
Hey, Valkyrie's the bird girl, right? The bird girl, right?
No. Did
not.
Whoa, shaky.
Well, disrespect live premiere like that.
Yeah, I don't like her. So yeah, I'm gonna eat us guy too.
Help me! You need to be drug tested immediately.
I'm not big. I've never been a big fan of her.
No, you talking the wrong person, gotcha.
Go ahead and get that trash can.
What talking about person?
Get the trash can.
Person?
Yeah, gotcha.
Go get that.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Trash can for me.
What
did he just say?
Korrey,
go get the trash.
Is that Valkyrie?
Yeah. Stephanie Valkyrie.
Go get the trash can.
Is it the bird girl?
Oh, it's not the Valkyrie standing, bro.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
I
Yes, we know. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I think Korrey said that. Valkyrie.
The
What did you
care.
say?
The care. No.
The care.
Oh, I'm
No. No.
The disrespect.
I'm thinking Bird Girl, bro. I can't stand her. I'm sorry. You gotta add that out. That was
Oh, no,
bad.
that's staying.
Nah.
That is staying.
Come on, you gotta add that out.
You gotta add that out.
No, we're not
You know
editing
what,
that
Josh?
out.
Hey, man. This is the first time I ever have to do this to a brother. But you know what? Get in there. All right. Go get in there. Go get in there.
Get in there. Take him to
No
the.
way. You just got Lyra Valkyria mixed up with Stephanie Vaquer. There's no way.
I thought you said all I heard was VAL, and like that instantly I thought Bird Girl, and I was like, no, I cannot stand her. I don't know why. That's what I heard.
Is you drinking?
No, I'm sober.
I smoke rocks. Clearly.
You smoking something?
Clearly.
You see where the storyline's going. It's clear as day. Stephanie Bakir is going to win. They're going to set her up. Io is going to put her over. Io has too much going on with Asuka and Kairi Sane. Actually, the Kabuki Warriors are going to cost Io the match. If you just peep how it's going, right? Asuka is back. Kairi Sane is back. They think they're supposed to be friends and buddy with Io Sky. Now, don't get me wrong. Io Sky, I wasn't a big fan of till this year. The matches she's putting on, that it's been classic after classic after classic after classic. The girl can wrestle. She can fly out and do it all. But I don't think she's going to win this match. I don't mind her winning. I don't mind it at all. But I think La Primera takes this one for sure.
So when we think about this match between Vaquer and Sky, it's this. Asuka is the problem. Asuka only wants Io to herself, keep that little damage control connection going and whatnot. And Asuka clearly is on a heel path, which, in my opinion, is the best Asuka. I can't, like, she is dangerous. And I think that's like the mistake they made with Shayna Baszler, right? Shayna Baszler was a dog in NXT. And they did not take that same energy and put it on the main roster of Raw. When her and Becky had that match at WrestleMania when COVID was going on, she should have beat Becky in that moment, knowing that a couple weeks later, Becky's going to announce she was pregnant and going to leave, and then Asuka wins the Raw Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler should have took that title, but we're not going to go down there. But they have a history of eliminating the allure of champions, of people from NXT going up to the main roster. And I think this is a great way of establishing Stephanie Vaquer. She is known all over the world now. Shout out to Booker T. She need to pay that man some money, because him getting her over at NXT has helped her out a ton while she's trying to learn English and connect with America, all that good stuff. But it is clear writing on the wall that Vaquer is about to carry this women's division on Raw. We're going to see what happens next. A program between Asuka and Io Sky is definitely about to happen, with Kairi in the middle having to choose who she is going to align with. But Vaquer will be the next women's world champion.
Who is the number one? Who's, you know how we got a guy in wrestling right now? Who's the woman? Who's the WWE's number one woman right now?
Like most over woman in WWE?
Yeah,
right
like who's their number one? Like that, there's their guy. Yeah. Who's their guy? Like
it's Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Without a doubt.
By far. The most over?
So she's carrying the whole, like, I'm saying she's carrying the women's division. Like she's number one in the women's division. That's what I'm saying.
Rhea, they're gonna try to say it's Becky. If it's not Rhea, they're gonna say it's Becky. Because you're missing people like Liv Morgan. If Liv Morgan was around, I don't think we'd be talking about Becky right now.
You wouldn't be talking about them if Bianca was around. Let's just, like, Bianca's been gone now.
Her too.
Belair's been gone. Or she messed her fingers up. They didn't heal properly. But Rhea Ripley is been that. She don't need the title right now. She just need meaningful rivalries and things of that nature. Um, to continue to build her character up, which she's already done. So it's about getting her to that next step. Now, what does that next step look like in the women's division? I don't know. I think Rhea may end up transferring to SmackDown. Um, or if she's not going to face Becky, I think that would elevate the Intercontinental title, Women's Intercontinental Championship as well. Her and Becky, a feud with Becky would be lovely. But I don't just see that going that route. And we can get into that later on too, because
Mike, the reason I asked that question because I'm gonna see where do you guys see Io Sky? Is she 1, 2, 3?
I think she's top 5. If you're looking at overall
women's division,
we're talking about appeal over with the fans and wrestling capability. She's top 5.
She's top 5, no doubt.
Okay. So based off all of that, all you guys said, and I heard you guys' reasonings of why you think not the burger, the other girl's gonna win. The what's her name? How you pronounce her name again?
Stephanie
Vaquer's going win. I agree with you guys that they're gonna try to let her win and put her over. But then you went on the history a little bit and talk about how they have a time of burying NXT talent. So, and I started thinking in my head, yeah, you're right. They bury a lot of women NXT. They bury a lot of women NXT talent. For what reason? I don't know. Jade still haven't had a meaningful match to me. I don't know. Can she wrestle? We don't think so. But she's still, you know what I'm saying, floating around here. But I do think it's time for. They need. I'm just saying. I'm thinking right now that the girl that she's going against, Io Sky's going against, needs to win for NXT purposes, not for the main roster purposes. That's how I'm looking at the bigger picture.
I would say if you're looking at it, you're seeing a lot more NXT people pop up. Stephanie Vaquer is one, right? Tiffany Stratton, she's WWE Women's Championship, Women's Champion, right? And then you got Bird Lady. Bird Lady. You got her popping up in and around. So their main women, NXT women that's been coming from the program have been succeeding under Triple H's guidance a little better within the last 2-3 years. I will say that. Way much better than the men. Way much better than the men. They're benefiting from those rivalries. Roxanne Perez, right? She's damn good. And she's only going to continue to elevate. They plugged her in with Judgment Day, but she's a champion, like breaded champion already. Started young, doing what she's doing. She's doing great work. And you have Raquel. She's grown since Liv left, right? So you have these options, and all these women come from NXT.
I think that like a lot of it, when you think about the storylines behind the women, and I have ad nauseum talked about this on other The Grind episodes. What's up, Stella? When you think about, other Grind episodes, is that the women lack stories. The titles lack prestige. And you can't make it worth anything. Like Cody got like a free ticket, right? The only thing they need to do is partner here up with a great dance partner. The WWE Championship has its lineage, right? Why it's important. It is the number one prize in all of sports and entertainment. So like he's got that, right? They're building that, especially for those mid-card titles. Julia, who has the Women's United States Championship on SmackDown. What has she done as significant with that title to build that title? I have been on record saying that Intercontinental Women's Championship needs to stay with Becky as long as possible because she is capable of elevating that title. Her name attached with that title is going to bring it significance, which means it's going to bring greater storylines. It's going to bring greater adversaries, which is going to encapsulate the audience's attention. So I don't know, man. It's kind of a toss up here, but Are we all agreeing that Vaquer is going to win here? Or I think that is, you said you was going to do Sky, right? You going home with Sky?
Go Sky no matter what. Together we stand, together we fall.
All right. So we're going with 3 for Vaquer, 1 for Sky. What about you all out there watching this episode? Drop your thoughts, your comments down in the comment section down below. Who you got winning between Vaquer and Sky for the Women's World Championship? And make sure you tell us why. Don't just get down there and say, well, Vaquer or Sky. Tell us why. Next match we have on the card is the last real champion, Mr. Never Seen 17, John Cena, against Brock Lesnar. Now, I understand the name. It draws tickets. I understand that. But guess what? I don't give a damn about Brock Lesnar in 2025. If Brock Lesnar's name is still tied to that Janelle Grant stuff, the disgusting SOB doesn't need to be on TV. I don't care about what you're trying to do. I don't care about what it looks like, you know, all that stuff. And I'm a person that doesn't really cast aspersions on people, right? Because everybody has something they did in their life that they're not proud of. I totally understand that. And he was younger. He might have been coerced by the guy's name that we will not say here on this show, right? We don't know, right? So I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but the fact that we're utilizing him, and don't get me wrong, he's a very pivotal factor in John Cena's story over the years. Suplex City, bitch. Like, I get it, but is it right? It just doesn't feel right to me, if I'm being honest. So, and this is gonna be the only time they fight. There will be no other match after this. I think this is done. John Cena's about to wrap this thing on up. Who's going to be his last opponent? Who knows? But John Cena going to get that win against old, dirty, pissy Brock Lesnar and get him up out of there. So, all right, whoever want to go next, go ahead.
All right, I go. So earlier we talked about there's only 5 matches on this card, right? So that means they're going to be fighting for a long time. Do we think Brock Lesnar could fight John Cena for 30 minutes? Technically fighting John Cena brother without all doing the F5, Suplex City, actually Russell. Do we believe that Brock Lesnar can do that?
No, he hasn't been in a wrestling ring in years, man. I think his last match was with Roman or Cody, right? It was with Cody, right? He hasn't wrestled in years. I don't think anytime Brock fights, it's a fight, it's a brawl, it's a mauling, right? And I think with this John Cena, if John Cena didn't say he was retiring, I wouldn't believe him, right? Because at the end of the day, he can go another 5, 10 years if he does this full time. He's been doing the damn thing. Like he's been doing everything.
Yeah.
He's been wrestling every match. I'm invested. Every match he's doing something different. Every match he's doing a tribute. Now this match, I think John get beat up a lot. Like the brutality of it, you have to put that personified out there. I don't think John goes in and walks Brock like a dog. I don't think you can do that, right? But John Cena's going to take a beating. He's going to take a pretty bad beating, right? But he's going to come out on top. At the end of the day, Brock is not going to sit there and fight. It's going to be a lot of F5s. It's going to be a lot of throwing into the barricade, putting you through the table, announcing table, throwing you to the ring post, suplex cities. Like it's the same generic stuff. But it's going to be what John. I'm more worried about what John does. I'm more worried about investing to John. And like Korrey, you brought up a great point. Do I think he needs to be in the spotlight? No. But however, I do think there's been a lot of stories written about how John is writing his own story. And John, I'm gonna be honest, John probably requested it. John probably said, I want to work with these people. He's writing his own story ending, and it is what it is from here on out. But John is going to win. John's going to take the. John's probably going to F5 him on the steel steps or something chaotic, right? And finish the match.
I have John winning, by the way. I have John winning, by the way. I don't see Brock Lesnar winning at all. Doesn't make sense for me for Brock to win unless somebody interferes with the match. I don't see anybody interfering with the match. Top of my head right now, I'm thinking, going blank. I don't think nobody's gonna interfere in the match. Like that could happen unless something happens. But I have John winning, and I don't think Brock can wrestle. I mean, I don't think you just throwing F5 in and doing Joe Wrestle and throwing into the ring is wrestling. That's just using your brute talent, your brute strength, and you know what I mean. But that's here nor there.
I mean, his longest match was with Roman in SummerSlam, the longest match, right? That's all he did. You know what I'm saying? It was brutal, right?
But that's not
But
wrestling though. Like that's what I'm trying to say. That's not.
no, we know it's not
Okay.
wrestling, right? But the thing is, Roman was able to go blow for blow. That's what made that match interesting. Roman was able to bring that same brutality back to Brock, right? But in this match coming up, John's not gonna be able to do that. Now, if he turns the table, right? Okay, cool, right? But I don't think you're gonna see a lot of that from John trying to match the brutality. He's gonna have to level up some, you know what I'm saying, with physicality, but it's nothing like we're gonna see where it's gonna be a long match. They're old. Brock hasn't wrestled in a while or fought in a while, put it that way. John is seasoned. John is in it to win it, do what he do, but he's also to protect his body. His body is money right now. He's still filming. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing all this extra stuff that he needs to do after WWE. So I think they play it smart so he doesn't get hurt. Um, and go from that point on, honestly speaking.
I think John gonna win. I think it's pretty obvious that John gonna win. I don't really have any high hopes for this match. Just like I really don't care. I'll be honest with y'all, I really don't care. Brock Lesnar coming back didn't really move me. It was more of a why is he here? They just doing it because they have to. I would much rather this be an AJ Styles match than Brock Lesnar. Like John, you got John Cena do all these tribute moves and stuff, and majority of the tribute moves, it's like it's silent like a kiss of death, because it's like you're not getting this, you're not getting this, you're not getting this, you're not. So what is the last opponent going to look like? He
That's a
can't even
great
run it back.
question.
He can't run it back with nobody because every match he does is the last time ever match. The only person he was able to do it with was Cody, and obviously that happened with Cody because the whole Rock thing got messed up. Like, so when it comes to the John and Brock scene, John and Brock scene, wow. When it comes to John and Brock, whatever, man.
So who do we think John's gonna fight next? Like who you guys think? Who is Edge coming back? Does Edge come back
Oh,
to fight
he's
John?
a Christian. He's just a Christian in AEW.
But I'm just thinking like who else is for John? Who I think else John's gonna fight?
I think more importantly, who is this going to be his last match? What do y'all think?
Randy?
Nah.
He doesn't have to run it back with nobody. He can have a new match. He can have
Kurt Angle?
actually the current game fighting anymore.
I don't know. I'm just yelling names out at this point.
But think like this. There's also dream matches that can happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking bigger than going down someone he's already fought before. It could be a completely new person. They can make him fight Oba if they wanted to. Like they could there's so much they could make him do, bruh. What y'all gonna do if they finally let Zack Ryder go ahead and do this 1 day contract that he be begging him for? You know what I'm saying? You could have a Matt Cardona match. John mentioned him before. I haven't seen him do any of his moves yet. So there really is no telling. I really couldn't guess. John Cena already doesn't pick his own opponent. He says time and time again. So it's really at random. It's really a lottery at this point. Because if you would Logan makes sense. I understood why they're gonna make him do Logan. But if you're gonna tell me he running with Brock again after all the controversy Brock got going on, yeah, I'm kind of like, what are we doing next?
Well, I mean, if he runs it with Brock, why he not running it with Rock? You know, but I think his last match is either going to be someone up and coming, so like a Braun Breaker, a Oba, to establish the younger star. He's going to go out on his back. You can forget about it, right? He's
They're gonna
not
make him
going to
lose
go out
last
on
match?
top. Huh?
No, you can't let John lose his last
No,
match.
he's not going out. He's not. You got to think about it, right? That
It's
is
tradition.
a prime opportunity to elevate the next generation of stars. Point blank, period. It's about elevation. So you're not going to do somebody that's in the middle. It's either somebody who has potential, that's got the rocket that's about to go on their back, or it's going to be somebody already established. And in my opinion, I think it's going to be somebody like Roman.
No. Roman brings up a conversation, right? That makes sense. Also, Braun and Breaker makes sense. It's a business, and we got to keep it business-like, right? John, how do you think John got his first start? His first match was with who? Kurt Angle. That put the rocket on his back. So why wouldn't he return the favor years down the line? John always talks about in his promos elevating the business, making sure it's better than when he left it, things of that nature, last real champion, things of that nature, right? So why wouldn't he give it to a young person, Obafemi, right? Obafemi's ready to have a match with Trick Williams for both titles. So whoever loses that match, they need to come on to the main card. Right? Trick and Obi been on NXT for Trick has been on it for years. Right? Trick is doing this thing though. Whoop that Trick. He's doing the thing. He found his groove. But I just think that Roman makes sense to me, but also somebody like Braun Baker makes sense to me because it's also been conversation. I don't know if you've seen it. Braun and Roman at WrestleMania next year. I heard that. Do I agree with it? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. All of this is touch and go. I don't like seeing my tribal chief get beat up at all. Right? I don't like getting speared. It's not safe. I think John finds a way to end it on his terms, and the way he wants to. I don't think it's going to be a bad match too. I think it's going to be somebody that can deliver. And after Brock, it does beg the question, where do you go?
What's the percentage? I think it's gonna be an older wrestler, like an old wrestler, come back and fight John for the last match. Yeah, I think that's possible. How sure?
Less than 50.
Less than 50.
Less than 50. I've heard a lot of stuff.
Nah, man. Like less
RVD?
than 5%. I think it's going to be somebody that needs to be established. I really do. I
John
feel like
doesn't
it's
need
going to
John.
be the same way he got started. It's the same way he's going to go out, is how I feel.
Right.
I think the next thing that he's going to have, because Roman is still technically dealing with division. I can see it turning into a War Games thing, because you technically have 3 people with division. If you want to count Becky into it now, you got 4. Then you talk about Punk, Roman, Cena, because he's never been in a War Games match, Lee, and another person. So, I mean, I could see it kind of playing out, but we'll see what we're going to do is it's going to happen with John Cena here. But do we all agree that Cena is going to take the win here?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
All
Without
right,
a
let's
doubt.
move on because we're giving Brock too much attention. Get him out of here. So moving on to the next match. All right, so next match on the card is actually a match that I am pretty excited about because of a piece of this match, one half of this match. So the next match is for the WWE Championship with champion Codyrhodes going one-on-one with the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. J.O., we're going to start with you. What you got?
I got Cody winning. I think Drew is just a stepping stone for Cody to keep on this space. Because if that's the case, if Cody loses, doesn't make sense. They should have kept the title on John, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? Nothing. So I got Cody winning, being the warrior. Even though Drew actually deserves. They keep burying Drew. Drew deserves a title at some point. I don't know when is going to happen, but Saturday is not the day. Okay, but Drew needs a title. I don't know when that's gonna happen. He's getting LA Knighted. how we felt with LA Knight needed the title at that time when he was all popping and stuff. He's getting LA Knighted. So, but Drew's losing. Cody's gonna win on Saturday.
All right, Ceru, what you got?
Yeah, nah, I want Drew to win personally, but I'm gonna be objective. Not gonna pull an EO right now. Um, Cody's gonna win, unfortunately. Like, I don't have a problem with Cody winning. It's cool. I just don't like the fact that Drew is the person who has to lose. Like, that's my biggest gripe. Like, anyone can lose to Cody, I'll be fine. But why Drew gotta get buried? Like Joshua was saying, bro. Like, it's so annoying. It's exhausting. It's exhausting because, like, yeah, Drew can have matches he wins like in between his feuds or feuds that doesn't have like a title belt on the line. It's just like, but if it's not going to catapult him to the world title thing, and then he gets all the way there and he has to do the process all over again, it's just, I don't like. It's very clear that Cody Rhodes is W's guy, so this belt's going to be passed on to Cody a lot. The best opportunity we had of someone taking the title and probably keeping it for maybe a decent amount of time, or at least exchange of hands, is if Kevin Owens is around. Kevin Owens is the only other person who will probably have this title if he was around. To be honest. And he would have brought a whole different vibe. Because, they try to go baby heel, baby heel, baby heel with the titles, exchanges and stuff like that. Like, it's usually, you can kind of anticipate what kind of run you can have. So if Cody's not going to do a heel turn, like we were kind of hoping he was going to do, I don't know. I don't think Cody's boring. I was always one of Cody's champions and stuff like that. But Drew does deserve a title. I would have been cool if he would have got it off of Seth, and him and Seth could have done the WrestleMania rematch the right way. It would have been a lot more satisfactory. CM would be busy doing whatever, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just how I feel, honestly. Cody's going to win. Yeah. I want Drew to win. It's not going to happen.
All right. Well, Jay, let's get from you.
I mean, what are we doing? We're burying a top WWE superstar time and time again. He's going to be one of the best talkers on the mic. He connects with the crowd very well. Social media is always lit, right? He's always doing something to get that entertainment. So what is not clicking, right? And I think there's a point where you're going to end up pushing him out in the WWE. He's a great talent. I think he deserves a title run. And I think he deserves to be Cody. Like, this whole thing was just put together. The significance of the feud and things of that nature, I'm not really seeing it. I don't really care for it. Cody's feuds has not brought me much attention at all, like where I'm glued to it. Only feud that I've been interested in is Kevin Owens' feud. Like, that's it. And that's just being just straight up honest with you. Yes, Kevin, yeah, Cody is the money man. And we can't even say that for real because Roman's still making more numbers and he ain't even there. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. He's not there. And Roman's still making more. He come in, pop in, selling out seats, selling out arenas, but all you happen to be there. At that point, Roman was coming in and just standing and leaving. He wasn't talking when Roman first came back to WWE. He wasn't talking on the mic. But as we all feel about it, Cody's gonna end up winning. It's gonna be Cody getting mauled, and then Cody hitting a Cody cutter, a super Cody cutter, and then about 3 crossroads, and that's gonna be it. That's where I'm at with that. I need something interesting. I need something different from Cody. I need something more, something that is. I'm not. Call me a hater if you want. Not the biggest Cody Rhodes fan.
He's a born champion, man. I hate to say it. He's boring to me.
I'm just not glued to it.
I do not think that man is boring, bro. I think he's real nice, bro. Like, I get the appeal of Cody Rhodes. I really do. But I understand why people want the titles to change hands. There's so many deserving people on the roster. So you want everyone to get a chance. Cody's biggest thing was finishing his story. He put himself in a where we are positioned. We're pushing that story, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? John Cena would have been a great payoff if it just didn't get messed up on the way there to SummerSlam with Travis Scott and The Rock and stuff like that. It could have made it a lot more meaningful. But the match was fire. The match was dope. I have nothing to say against the match, but that build up was just like it was okay. You know, like it's whatever. But I strongly disagree about Cody being a boring champion. A lot of his matches are really cool. Like you can't have that match with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes without Cody Rhodes. Like what are you talking about?
I'm not saying he's a boring fighter.
Kevin Owens is like carrying matches and stuff, carrying storylines. Cody doesn't add any value to his feuds. I feel like he does.
I'm not saying he's a boring fighter. I'm saying his persona, like all when he's not fighting. Like he got this goody two shoes, all this is that. This is his persona. His babyface persona is boring to me. It's all played out. It's not interesting at all. Like John Cena's babyface, I have no problem him being acting like that the whole time. Like he's not born. John is not boring to me. And then you go to Cody, it's like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean? He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not John on the mic. But it's just not boring. It's just not it. Even when Roman was faced, it was cool. Like I was cool with it. But it just, I don't know, he needs to go heel. That, like we say, he needs to go heel. That what American Nightmare, yeah, like he needs to show us that. Like I'm not understanding why they're not pulling the card on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I need to see him go heel.
He's what we call what Roman said, a politician.
Yeah, he is a politician. You're right. He says all the right things. No.
No. And we can be just hating and things of that nature. We get draw and attention and money grab. It's a business at the end of the day. But something is missing, and that's evident. I feel like when I watch SmackDown, it's evident something's missing.
When we think about SmackDown as a whole, get in there. So not one act or person is going to save an entire show. It is good for a segment, right? It's good for that moment. It's good for that time block, whether it's 9:45 to 10, certain demographic, whatever, right? But it's not going to save the entire show. The entire show needs to be invigorated, which is why they brought back AJ Lee onto that show versus Paris, which I feel like was the better move because of that crowd, which I think was the better move when they decided to put WrestleMania outside of the country. I don't have a problem with them doing it outside the country. A lot of people do. I don't. But I think Paris deserved it over everybody else first. That's neither here nor there. We know it's about that money. But anyways, when we think about this match in particular, though, right? Cody Rhodes is not a boring champion. Cody Rhodes is boring in the sense of storyline. So when you think about it, right, when he was in that story with The Rock and Roman, it was about his story, but also the story of Roman, right? Bringing down this empire that has reigned on WWE for 5 whole freaking years, right? Through the COVID era, etc. This is where those two stories intertwined, and you had the ultimate good versus evil type of story, right? That played out into something magnificent. But what they do with it after that, right? They put him in a great thing with AJ Styles. So AJ Styles is it's absolutely phenomenal, no pun intended. Right. But what did they do after that, right? They moved on too fast from the story. Then you think about the whole situation with Kevin Owens. I loved it because of how it was being played out. They utilized social media. Kevin Owens is a fantastic wrestler, a fantastic person on the mic. They just intertwined, right? Then you go with the whole Toronto situation with Elimination Chamber. John Cena should not have turned heel then. You did not need The Rock. You did not need Travis Scott. If you watch WWE, Unreal? They said they only brought The Rock in because of economic reasons. So they weren't selling a lot of tickets, right? You could have brought him in for a whole different thing. We didn't need the whole, I want your soul, Cody. type thing. Tell that bald-headed fraud to go home. He had nothing to do with that. They just took so many missteps over the last couple of years since WrestleMania 40 that I think that they are going to F around and trip themselves up trying to fix what they messed up. And they got to figure out how to make stuff organic moving forward, make storylines more relevant moving forward. And I think that's what's been the downfall of Cody so far. The storylines have not been great overall. It's been boring.
And then, like, another point I would add to that is if we were looking at the track and the record, right, with the Kevin Owens storyline, anybody attached to Cody were getting messed up. They were gone for days and injuries. So how come we didn't flip that switch with Randy, right? How come we didn't pull that trigger with Randy? When Kevin went out, Randy came back. When Randy came back, I feel like he should have went heel. Like they kept flirting with the idea of it the whole 2-3 months. They just never pulled the trigger. So when does he pull the trigger? And then you bring in Drew McIntyre, right? Who's already heel. And that's good story, right? Well, good attention with the story. But it would have been better if you just Kevin went out. All right, let's replace that energy with Randy. Because Randy was getting screwed time and time again. Time and time again. It was leading to that at some point. Everybody was like, oh shit, Randy's gonna turn. And then Kevin got hurt, it just went away.
Yeah. So it's one of them things where you got to think about, like, what does it look like moving forward? They got to figure out something with Cody. I agree with y'all 1000% about Drew. Drew has been screwed to this point. Pause. But
man, we remember he was trash, man. I remember Drew was trash. We remember.
Yeah, and then him winning at WrestleMania during the COVID era, and then having him immediately fight the Big Show for no damn reason behind that was just so crazy, right? And he never really got his moment. I think he does, and you know what? For the sake of debate, because you guys gave your predictions, I did not. I just blubbered on. I'm gonna pick Drew. I think something is going to happen with Cody, where Cody's going to get dragged into a different storyline. Cody Rhodes does not need to have a long title reign again, even though I feel like in my heart of hearts, they're going to drag this out to WrestleMania, with Cody again. Drew McIntyre deserves to be WWE champion, man. And you could do a lot with Drew. You could do a lot with him. And like, who more of a formidable opponent to say that they can beat Cody Rhodes too is something that I look at, he had a super match against John Cena. He kicked out all these AAs and blah, blah, blah. John Cena is 40, almost 50 years old. Like, who gives a damn about that? Cody Rhodes. I think if anybody's going to beat him, it should be Drew. And I'm going to swing for the fences here. They're going to look for some shock value during this. They're going to have some returns, all that stuff like that. I think it's going to be Drew.
I think we do. So we do need to mentor and mentee Randy in them feud. I don't know why they holding that back up. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when you said it. They should have been pull the trigger on that when Kevin got hurt and pull Randy right into it. Eventually they got a beef because we're expecting it, him and Randy. So we need that legacy beef. So I don't know when, for story purposes, like it makes sense for storyline purposes, but it makes sense. It all makes sense. Logically makes sense for them to beef, to have a storyline together.
I would love Randy to get the title off of him, bro. Everybody knows Randy is my favorite wrestler. So he's my favorite wrestler. I think it's only a matter of time for him and Cody to get into it, but they can let Randy win. I don't know, but I think they should. I think it's okay if Cody's not champion for right now.
A lot could happen, and that's why you all should tune into Wrestlepalooza. So we're going to continue on into the last match that we have here on the card. Okay, so last match we have on the card, y'all know we was going to say this for last. It is the mixed tag team match between the world heavyweight champion Seth freaking Rollins, the women's intercontinental champion Damon Becky Lynch versus CMPunk and the returning to the ring after 10 long years, AJ Lee. So, Jo, I want to start with you. Jo, what are your thoughts on this match?
AJ Lee and CM Punk are going to win this match. I don't see why you wasted this big monument moment for AJ Lee to lose her first match back on WWE. Um, that's not going over with the fans. I think from a fan perspective. Yeah, let's light it up. Light it, baby. Let's light it up. Light it. But after that, she wins. Does is AJ did AJ sign a contract with them? Is she staying on? Like she's staying, or this is just for this match?
She's
Oh,
there.
she's there. So okay, she's kind of like thing with AJ though. She's kind of like pre. She was a diva change. She was like pre. She was the first wrestler, okay, that I knew that could really like wrestle. Women wrestler that I knew that could wrestle. Besides like Melina, I don't know. Besides like they were still trying to be cute and pretty. Her, Melina, and it was like the only one that okay, yeah, you can actually, as a woman wrestle. Like you know what I mean? And it's kind of tricky because she's kind of like pre Four Horsemen. Then she went on her hiatus before the Four Horsemen. I feel like she would have stayed. She'd have been. I feel like she would still be their woman, the woman in the Diva Division. She was running it before she left. But yeah, I got AJ in them winning. So I'm gonna get off fast, but yeah, I got AJ in them winning.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Jay, you already off. Come on. Let's talk about it.
I'm stuck in a hard place with this one, man. I don't know. How do you set it up to where you don't hurt AJ's lead return? Right? She has been in the ring for 10 years. CM Punk has been getting L after L, getting screwed out of everything, essentially. On the other side, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, they have the titles. They have the gold. And with that, if you pass an L to Seth Rollins and Becky, what does that do to their title reign? What does that do to their reputation for the division? Keep in mind, we're still trying to build other pieces around it. I just don't know what you do. Honestly, I'm like, it's a toss up. To me, it's a toss up. I would love to see AJ and CM Punk win, right? And I understand them losing at the same token. I truly do. I get it. Why they would. So if CM Punk and AJ win, are they owed title matches? If they lose, where do they go? Right? So you don't want to write them off because they have a lot of momentum, but if they lose, where do they go?
That's what they gotta win. That makes sense. Logically thinking.
So I think I'm going to go AJ Lee and CM Punk. I think AJ Lee pins Becky. Becky.
All right. Well, Ceru, what you thinking?
All right, so that was honestly my big question was who y'all think is gonna eat the pin? That was my question out of the whole thing, really. I think it's a guarantee. Not a guarantee, I shouldn't say. But AJ and CM Punk should win. But if they lose, it's not gonna be clean. You know what I'm saying? And with it not being clean, and when I say not clean, I mean it could lead to like a disqualification type of not clean. Like the matches might just, they might do something that's just against the rules or something. I don't know. I want AJ to win. I want CM Punk to win. I think we should light it up for sure. Like she's just not coming back. Like don't make her lose. Don't make her lose. Even though I will say this, I don't want to say I'm notorious for this, but I'm not like the biggest like Becky fan at all. I like Becky as a heel though. Becky as a heel is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun and a lot enjoyable, and I can understand why you say keep her with the Intercontinental Championship as long as possible. Even though I think it's clear they're trying to make it an AJ take it type of deal or whatever. But either way, I'm cool with Becky being champ. She's a lot of fun. What does this mean for CM Punk and Seth Rollins after this? Because what is the setup? Naturally, it would be both of them go ahead and get title matches. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that whole thing, you still got weird feelings about LA Knight and what he's gonna do with his time and when his opportunity is actually gonna come. Because they gotta put a world title on that man. It's getting to a point. It's getting to a point. They can make him do as many feuds as they want, but if it's not pushing him to the world title picture, I don't really want it. I don't really care. Stop making LA Knight for development. Like why? Like why he keep being the development, like the development tool? Like I don't get it. Like I don't. Give him something. But if it's not going to be him, let it be CM Punk. President. I'm not expecting a long run out of anybody I'm naming. Just give it a nice, decent, fun run. That's all I'm asking. At the very least. At the very least. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the whole thing. Go AJ, go CM Punk. I think the match is gonna be fun, it's gonna be entertaining. That's all it is.
All right. Well, you had some women in the past. Let's talk about that first. You had some women in the past that were very good at wrestling. Unfortunately, they were just put in different positions. So you look at somebody like a Jacqueline, somebody like a Alundra Blaze, someone Molly Holly was very athletic when she was coming up, and of course we know Trish and Lita put on bangers coming up, you know, if they were actually treated correctly. But the thing with AJ Lee is that you never saw AJ Lee in a bra and panties match. You never saw AJ Lee in these crazy women's gimmick smacks, and I'm pretty sure she put her foot down like, no, I'm not doing that. Anytime you saw AJ Lee, it was for an impactful promo or for an actual wrestling match, no matter how long it was. And that's what makes her that trailblazer, that that person that stands out from that Divas era. Like even the Bella twins, like, you know, it's based off of their looks and all that stuff like that, right? Even though they were in the ring quite a bit. And AJ Lee left right as Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte was getting onto the scene. Now they're more mature. They're more seasoned now, to where I think back then, if they would have connected with AJ Lee, it would have overpowered their ability to be stars. They needed it. Now they're on an even playing field now, right? And she's not just the overshadowing character of this, because we're what, 2 new generations in of wrestling fans now. So now it's a whole different world. AJ Lee has to somewhat reestablish herself with those newer generations who Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, all of them have been connected to for this time. But let's get to this match. So when it gets to this match, I can see it going multiple ways. I do not see them raining on the parade of AJ Lee. She came back during a SmackDown. Imagine how a crowd in the stadium is going to react when this woman's song comes on. It might be bonkers. So I feel like it's going to be a Punk and Lee win overall in the match. Now, Becky and Seth can eat the pin. I don't think that it's going to hurt either one of them per se, because when you think about division, like Seth Rollins is basically established now because he holds the World Heavyweight Championship, top title on the card. Okay, he holds that, so that he can eat a pin, he'll be fine. Becky, same thing. She's been holding on to that Women's Intercontinental Championship almost 100 days now, has had banger feuds, banger matches, so she can eat a pin. We're trying to get AJ Lee established with this new audience. And I think like putting her under at this point isn't the smart idea. Punk get a little bit of get back. I think they're trying to delay Punk and Rollins until Mania, have Punk win the Royal Rumble and challenge Rollins ultimately one-on-one at Mania. That's just my pre-thoughts on that, because I mean, who ain't gonna sell tickets to see that? Who ain't gonna buy tickets to see that? But anyways, but I do see Lee and Punk taking the win in this match, and hopefully, you know, reestablishing AJ and Punk, and they can kind of go not necessarily their separate ways, but AJ can really get into the nitty gritty of the women's division after this match. So, all right, so I think we all agree that it's going to be a Punk and Lee win for Wrestlepalooza, and that is our predictions for this match card, right? This card is going to be phenomenal, and I think they left space for a reason. So before we get up out of here, I want to ask y'all one final question. We'll go around the panel here. Do you expect any surprises during this PLE?
I'll go first. Maybe not a surprise, like a surprise match per se, but maybe like a surprise segment. Maybe like like someone walks out, they talk. Maybe someone's talking about the numbers. And this is the biggest pay-per-view ESPN has ever had on their servers or something. And let's celebrate. Maybe someone got something to say about that. Like I don't really know because we've had 5 match PLEs before and nothing happens. They're treating this like it's some Saturday main event, if I'm honest. I don't feel the excitement for this thing, even with the lineup that we have. I think people are just happy that it's happening. I don't really think it's as monumental as people would like it to be, though. Even though a lot of things are happening on this card is a big deal. But I don't know. I guess we just have to see. Because the next big PLE for real is what, Survivor Series, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we just gonna have to see what this PLE is gonna set up for Survivor Series. But I don't think anything too crazy is gonna happen.
I think they kind of lead. If there's going to be any surprises, I think they're going to kind of lead us in the direction of what John's going to do. Maybe somebody appear, challenges John or something like that, because we got to get to the point where the next big pay-per-view or PLE is Survivor Series, right? So if nothing happens, I do see him transitioning to a role where he's intertwined with the Seth Rollins and Bronnies and that whole mix-up ordeal. I can see that. But John's on Raw the rest of the time. He's there, right? So there got to be somebody that's coming back, monumental enough to that John wants to fight them. Maybe AJ Styles. Maybe AJ Styles doesn't pop up. Maybe he pops up on Raw. They have a match on Raw. It's something missing there, and it's going to leave us wondering what's going to happen. That's the only match or something I can see, something where I can say, okay, I can see where this is going, that we like need answers to. Everything else is kind of playing itself out. Honestly speaking, um, they're gonna advertise the AAA Lucha stuff going on with Dom, which has been really working really well for them. Dom has grown up to be one of the main attractions in WWE as of right now. Outside of that, I don't see anything else happening, truly, unless Randy flips a switch.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, it's a good idea. Jo, what you thinking?
I don't think no surprises or anything are coming. I don't think. Top of my head right now. Yeah, nothing. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay. I can see a few things taking place. I can see a return of a superstar that may be injured. Someone like an Ilya Dragunov or something like that. Some type of, crazy segment. You want to get the crowd fired up. And I think that this is a WrestleMania-like card. For sure. Right? This is a WrestleMania-like card. And you think about it, the monumental agreement between WWE, TKO, and ESPN, something crazy got to happen. Because something has to happen to kind of establish that relationship. What it's going to look like, who knows, right? But I think it's definitely going to be something that jumps off that we probably didn't even put our finger on. Something dealing with Cena. I can see something happening in the main event. The main event supposed to be.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I could see like JBL popping back up. Like, who knows, right? They had an iconic rivalry. I mean, who knows?
I can see Jeff Hardy and John Cena playing off that thing when he did interview. If I was stayed on my stuff, I would be bigger than John in 08. They could go off that storyline. That'd be a crazy storyline. I mean,
one of the things that I was on an episode with Drew for In or Out Sports Debate. Shout out to Drew. The brainchild behind Sertoba Media. One of the things that he brought up was, what if Uncle Howdy attacks John Cena in retribution of Bray Wyatt? And I could see how that could tie in, you know, in a mini
Whoa.
storyline.
I never thought about that.
So I could see that happening. That would be kind of cool. That is our predictions for Wrestlepalooza. We want you all to interact with us, come talk to us. You know, of course, you see, we just had conversations around things. So we want you all to drop what you think down in the comment section below. Give us what your thoughts is around surprises. What do you think is going to happen in each match? You know, come on, interact with us. We'll be here for you when this video drops. But a couple things before we get out of here. Number one, follow Sertoba Media on all social media platforms. SIRTOBA, where the struggle is real to be awesome each and every single day. Follow us on Sertoba Media. Follow the grind on other social media platforms. You will see that here in just a few moments. And again, I'm gonna go around and let my brothers tell you where you can find them on social media.
You can find me on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook. Probably you can look me up. JXSONTH. That is my handle for all of my social media platforms. Thank you so much for having me, big brother.
All right, my name is Thaddeus. I shouted myself out at the beginning, but my name is Thaddeus. Sometimes I go by TK, sometimes I go by Ceru, but you can find me at TK Ceru on Instagram, and on TikTok you can find me at Ceru. All right, and on Twitter you can find me at Daddy Ceru. Yeah, man, I got all different types of names, but yep, that'll be all. Korrey, I appreciate you. I love coming here, man. Anytime, man. I appreciate you.
Hey man, my name is Joshua and Korrey. I'm glad you had me on here, man. I love coming on here and talk and debate about different things and different perspectives and point of views. And yeah, man, we grew up watching this, so I'm glad we still talking about it with each other. I still remember going to your house and watching WrestleMania together and stuff like that when you was younger and stuff like that. So yeah, I still yeah, I appreciate you having us doing this, man.
So, again, like I appreciate you guys taking time out of your night to come hang out with me, talk about wrestling. As y'all heard them say, you heard me say in the beginning, we're lifelong wrestling fans. We've been watching this our entire lives. Wrestling watchers, wrestling fans, whatever it is you want to call it, that's us. And we bond a lot through it. So it's very, very much my honor and privilege to have my brothers on, my actual bloodline on, to talk about wrestling with me. And again, y'all heard their social media handles. Go follow them. Don't make me say it again. All right. Don't make me say it again. Yes, that feeling you feel right now. I'm dead serious. Go follow them. All right. But before we get out of here, two things. Remember, it's always about the grind. So getting right is never done. Stay true to what you do. Stay true to why you do, and always stay true to you. We'll catch you next week for the rebound of Wrestlepalooza, or it might be something else that shows up on this episode. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy Wrestlepalooza, and we'll see you next week. Peace.